So we are discussing the first part under framework. As I said, there is assurance, there is regulation, there is code of ethics. Planning is different. This here they have given relating to the first part in 5 topics. But it is actually, I will say, assurance, some regulations, corporate governance, and ethics. These are the areas covered. Before going into this, can anybody say what is auditing? What is auditing? अब आप बुकेस डेफिनेशन मत बोलने लग जाना, आपको एकदम प्रैक्टिकल वे में समझाना है व्हाट इज ऑडिटिंग. ऑडिटिंग क्या है? एनीबडी? प्रतीक, व्हाट डू यू से? व्हाट इज ऑडिट? Okay, suppose I am giving very practical example, not from books, because we don't say that auditing only examination of books. Institute, we are the learning partner of ACCA Institute, you all know. हर साल हम लोग को अपना लर्निंग पार्टनर रीन्यू करना पड़ता है. लर्निंग पार्टनर स्टेटस वी नीड टू रीन्यू. रीन्यू करने के टाइम पे इंस्टीट्यूट का एक फॉर्म है, वो फॉर्म को पूरी सारी एक्सप्लेनेशन देकर भरना पड़ता है. एंड देन आवर लर्निंग पार्टनर स्टेटस रीन्यू विद द इंस्टीट्यूट. उस फॉर्म के अंदर क्या है कि आपका जो भी बेसिक डिटेल्स है कि आपका एड्रेस, आपके बोर्ड मेंबर्स या वगैरह कोई चेंज हुआ है क्या लास्ट ईयर से अभी, आपने इस साल कितने स्टूडेंट को पढ़ाया, कितने पास हुए, कोई स्टूडेंट ने कंप्लेन की क्या, कंप्लेन क्या थी, आपने उसका रिजोल्यूशन कैसे किया, आपने क्लास में मॉक टेस्ट लिया कि नहीं, मॉक टेस्ट आप दिखाइए, आपने क्या क्वेश्चन दिया था, स्टूडेंट ने क्या आंसर दिया, आपने उसको इवैल्यूएट किया कि नहीं, अगर कोई पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट में रिजल्ट अच्छा नहीं हुआ तो आपने उसके लिए क्या एक्शन लिया, आपकी मीटिंग कब होती है, एसीसी के ग्रोथ के लिए आप क्या कर रहे हो. यह भी एक ऑडिटिंग है. इट इज नॉट बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स ऑडिट, it is auditing of the learning partner, that whether the learning partner should continue as a learning partner or not. और फिर उसके बाद जब हम लोग वो फॉर्म भर के देते हैं, उनको वो लोग चेक करते हैं और फिर एक मीटिंग होती है. अभी तो ऑनलाइन मीटिंग हो रही है. ऑनलाइन मीटिंग में वो लोग अलग अलग चीज जो हमने सबमिट किया उसके ऊपर क्वेश्चंस रेज करते हैं, हम उनका जवाब देते हैं, we give them reply, then my learning partner status is again renewed. And along with that, I need to pay the annual renewal fee. Like you are paying annual subscription, we are paying annual subscription for the learning partner status. Okay? That is also an audit. Audit is not only books of accounts. Audit is checking and verification. I will say that, suppose there are so many students studying in the class. मैं अगर किसी से कुछ पूछ रहा हूं तो मैं ऑडिट ही कर रहा हूं. मैं देखना चाह रहा हूं कि whether the student is studying or not. If I am taking the test, then I am testing that whether my students are following the instructions or not. If we say in accounting language, then it is examination of books of accounts. But if we generally say auditing, checking and verification, मेरा बच्चा है 8.5 साल का है, उसको मैंने रूटीन बनाया कि भाई 1 month हॉलीडे है तो तुम सुबह से करोगे क्या. Fact, I am not saying joke. It is actual fact. कि morning में you will get up at this time, you will do this much, this much, this much, this much, this much, and routine end में पूरा होना चाहिए. Then only Christmas gift मिलेगा, नहीं तो नहीं मिलेगा. So I mean to say that if he is not following the instructions, I need to check whether he is doing that or not. That is also auditing. Books of accounts का ऑडिट करना हमारा काम है, लेकिन ऑडिटिंग मतलब वो बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स का ऑडिट ऐसा नहीं है. Auditing means whatever responsibility you are handling, are you following the responsibility? Are you following your commitments? Are you doing the work the way it is required? Somebody will be checking. Somebody will be verifying that whether that is being done properly or not. Now, if I will go in the exam way auditing, तो एग्जाम वे ऑडिटिंग में आप जो बोल रहे हैं प्रतीक वही है, examination of books of accounts. But there are many types of auditors. External auditor, internal auditor, then you can say environment audit, then you can say any special audit. So many types of audits are there. Audit केवल audit of books of accounts नहीं है, बहुत अलग अलग special assignments the auditor get and then they fulfill those assignments. Inventory audit, cash audit, receivable audit, payroll audit, payables audit, purchase audit, so many functions in the business. हर चीज का audit means what? वो क्या है? If I am doing auditing of anything, what is that? What is the background behind that? मेरे को क्या चेक करना है? मेरे को वहां पर क्या चीज मिलना चाहिए? मेरे को वहां I need to check that what they are doing, whether they are doing it in the right direction. I will not be checking 100%. Auditor will always checking the things on sample basis. For that reason, whenever the auditor is giving his report, that is not 100% sure. But auditor is giving his report on the basis of checking, verification, analysis, evaluation and everything with a reasonable assurance. Whatever, suppose a company, ITC, Hindustan, Unilever, any company, the auditor is auditing the books of accounts of the company. That means in the financial statement, PL account, balance sheet, cash flow, notes to accounts, whatever things are written, the auditor is saying what? They are true and fair. They are correct. They are not misstated. They are not materially affected. They are not, the auditor is saying that whatever he has audited, he found that the financial statements, the financials of the organizations providing true and fair view of the affairs of the organization. Auditor ये लिखता है, whether it's in India, whether it's in US, whether it's in UK, whether it's any part of the world. India का अपना Indian auditing standards है. इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे इंटरनेशनल ऑडिटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स है. यूएस का अपना यूएस गैप, यूएस स्टैंडर्ड्स ऑडिटिंग का. हर कंट्री का अपना है या कोई इंटरनेशनल लेवल. लेकिन ऐसा थोड़ी ना है कि इंडिया में ऑडिटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स अलग है, यूएस का अलग है, एंड मे बी आई विल से दैट यूके का अलग है. नथिंग लाइक दैट. ऑल आर सेम. कॉमा फुल स्टॉप सब लोगों ने डिफरेंस किया है. बट एक ऑडिटिंग का मतलब तो कहीं भी चेंज नहीं है. इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू चेंज. ऑडिटिंग मीन्स ऑडिटिंग. If we are saying the examination of the books of accounts, that the financial statements of the company giving a true and fair view of the affairs of the company, that the auditor will say all over the world. Why this is required? Books of accounts directors लोगों ने बनाया है, पर्सनली नहीं, स्टाफ को अपॉइंट करके. Directors, who are the directors? They are the agent of the shareholders. In Reliance Industry I have shares, लेकिन I am not managing the business of Reliance. But the growth of Reliance will decide my income, will decide my wealth. Reliance का शेयर का दाम, dividend and all that I will be getting when Reliance will be performing well. In Reliance, the directors are managing the business. The directors of Reliance are managing the business. But those directors, those who are managing, those who joined late, even though those who are from the beginning, they have to do the recordings. लेकिन those who joined late need to do the recordings, they will able to understand everything. Okay, chat? Anybody, if you were not in front of the screen, you went into washroom or anything, you have to do the recordings whether you have understood everything or not. The first thing to study. Okay, so if somebody joined late, recording करके हो जाएगा. I mean to say that if I am the shareholder of Reliance or ITC, any company, I want that the prices of shares should be increasing. I want that the company should be giving me good dividend, good amount of dividend. For that reason only I have invested. But I am not managing the business of ITC, business of Hindustan, Unilever, I am not managing. I am investor. I am the owner of the company, partial owner, very small percentage owner, because shareholders are the owners. But the business of the company is managed by their board of directors. The board of directors are appointed by me, by the shareholder, in the annual general meeting, in the extraordinary general meeting. The board of directors are managing the affairs of the company. The board of directors are preparing the books of accounts. The board of directors are giving the information that what is done by the company in last 1 year, whether they have grown or not. The board of directors are giving the information that how they are developing the business of the company, how they are utilizing the assets, how they are utilizing the resources of the company. That is the board of director job. But whether the board of directors are doing the work properly, I as a shareholder want to know. But I don't have time. I am engaged in providing my training classes and all that. My business is different. But I have invested my money in Reliance, ITC and all these companies. So those companies, whether they are properly doing the business or not, whether they will be able to give me proper return or not, who will check? Who will check? There is an independent practitioner, auditor, ACCA, CA, whatever you say, that auditor will verify, that auditor will check the financials of the company, whether the financials of the company, PL account, balance sheet, notes to accounts, cash flow, are giving correct picture. That not that window dressing has been done, not that something which is wrong is disclosed in the books of accounts, not that it is disclosed in the financial statement. That will be checked by an independent person. But something, suppose in ITC, there are 1 lakh employees working in ITC. The auditor who is doing the audit of ITC, of the financial statement, maybe there is one chartered accountant, then there are 7, 8, 10 staff. Whether those 10, 12 persons can check 1 lakh persons work in a year, even though they work 24 hours in a day, not possible. The persons, those who will be doing the audit, they will be doing sample checking. They will be doing sample checking of entire operations. Purchase, sale, wages, salary, cash, this, that, assets, everything. And then they will be giving their opinion after doing the checking, verification. They will be giving the report to the shareholders, me and every shareholder of the Reliance Industries, ITC, those shareholders will be getting the audit report. When the audit report is we are receiving, we can rely, or I, as a shareholder, as a stakeholder of the company, I can rely that my investment is in the safe hands. My investment is being invested properly. I can remain invested in the company. Maybe the share market yesterday gone down by 1700 points. But that's not that the company has performed badly in one day. The company is working well and I can remain invested in the company. I can rest assured. The auditor is giving me an assurance. The auditor is giving an assurance through his audit report that whatever we are having a relationship with the company as a supplier, as a customer, as an employee, as a shareholder, whatever, if the auditor is giving the audit report, we can rely on them in much better way, because that is an independent person, not the directors of the company, those who have vested interest in the company, remuneration, salary, this, that. But the auditor is an independent person. He is reporting me and all the stakeholders of the company about the financials of the company, so that we all can take informed decisions, correct decisions about the affairs of the company, about the organization. So in India, anywhere in the world, corporates, all corporates, financial statements need to be audited. Whether it's a private company, whether it's a public company, even in non-corporates, if the turnover or something beyond the limit, then audit is required. Do we need to remember the limit? Because in India, limit is different. In UK, it is different. In US, it is different and all that. It's an international course. The focus is not on the amount. The focus is what is audit. If the accounts, if the books of accounts, financial statements are audited, then the stakeholders can rely on them. The whole world will be able to function. Otherwise, the corporate structure is gone. Because in the corporate, the owners are few. The owners are scattered. The owners are not managing the business. The board members are managing the business on behalf of the owners. So whether the business is being properly managed and all that, the stakeholders want to know this. And that is to be audited by a practitioner, by a chartered accountant, whether it's a CA, whether it's a ACCA or whatever we say. You can see that for doing the auditing, for properly doing audit of an organization, we need to have knowledge of accounts, finance, marketing, HR, everything. Every knowledge we need to have, then only we can do the audit of an organization. When we accept the assignment as an auditor, then in that case we need to know what is the business of the organization, what is their level, what is the characteristics of the industry, What is the news about the industry in the market? What are the regulations changing about the industry? How long it will take to complete the audit? Then how many persons I need to involve along with me to do the audit? Then I will accept the assignment from the organization. The company will be giving me an offer. I will be accepting the offer after doing my research, my planning and everything. Then I will conduct the audit through my resources, through my staff, through my subordinates. And then once the audit is complete, I will be reporting. I will be reporting whatever I have done to the stakeholders, to the users. Can the auditor find out all the frauds in the company? Because they are checking, sample checking. And at the same time, auditor is a watchdog, not a bloodhound. Auditor just report what he had checked, what he found. He can't question anybody that you are a bad person. He cannot say like that. He will be just giving his report. The regulatory authorities, income tax, company law, police or whatever, their job is different. My job is to just report. And I cannot give 100% assurance on any of the audit work because I am not doing 100% checking. I am not doing and not possible also, because then the cost of audit will be more than the cost of what is being worked. At the same time, even though the cost is high, I am interested. But the work which has been done 2 months back, how I can do now that work? I can give 100% assurance if I am doing the same thing. But on somebody's work, which is already done 2 months, 3 months back, 6 months back, how I can give 100% assurance now? So auditor give assurance reasonable. They cannot give 100% assurance. But that reasonable assurance is essential, is a must. That reasonable assurance is required so that the users can take informed decisions, can take proper decisions. Otherwise, 100 to 100 years back, there was no corporate and all that. That structure in the business will run. If we want to make big corporates, employment and everything to be generated, then the auditor is creating, or you can say fulfilling, a very important responsibility in the whole world. Doctors, lawyers, auditors, they are the public servant. The auditor is a public servant. The auditor is auditing the financial statements of the company and giving a report about the financial statement to the users, so that users, shareholders, suppliers, financiers, customers, employees, government, income tax, company law, all those will be able to use that audit report given by the auditor as an audit assurance. They will be able to use that report to take their informed decisions. The whole world is running because of the auditor. Sometimes we found that in the news, this auditor has not done audit properly, maybe in Arthur and Anderson, or I will say that in so many organizations in India, Satyam, so many, Nirav Modi and all, so many cases are there. The question is that if in the entire pound, only one fish is bad, that doesn't mean that the whole are bad. We cannot raise the question that audit is actually should be removed. Without audit, the whole system will stop. Nothing will work. Neither in India, neither anywhere in the world. Audit is a must, because whatever we are doing, somebody need to check. Somebody need to question us. Somebody need to evaluate what we are doing. Then only the growth is possible. Then only the whole society can develop. So auditing is something which cannot be avoided, which cannot. In going forward, as we go further, the auditing will become more stringent, more requirement of auditing will be arising. This is an area where the job opportunities are there forever, and it will be there forever. And it will continuously increase only. Somebody want to make their future in accounts and auditing, then it's a very good future. Whenever you are doing any good qualification, then in a bigger organization, you will be appointed in the auditing department only, accounts and audit only, because first of all, you need to understand entire affairs of the company. Then only you can work in a particular area. Whether you are a CA, whether you are an ACE, whether MBA, you are getting job in a very good organization. You will be appointed in accounts and auditing department, most very high chances. Maybe later on in long run you will not be doing that, but initially 1 year, 2 year you need to work in that area. ITC, whenever hire new persons, professionals, they are appointed in accounts and auditing only. So it's you can say a practical relevance in the exam also. I have written here by taking copy pasted from many places. Audit and assurance. It is often not possible to check things for yourself. Can I check my own financials? Because my sale, my purchase, my tuition fees and everything, time nahi hai. और अगर time हो भी, if I will be checking my own work, I will be always biased. Because never human beings will say that I am wrong. That's the human nature. Always we blame others. We always think that whatever we have done is the sarvopari. There is nobody can question us. There is a third person required to question you. Whether quality, accuracy, performance or existence. You might not have the skills. Or you might be in the wrong location. Or you don't have time. Therefore you must rely on someone else for the assurance. This means that the person who will be doing the auditing, not only books of accounts, anything, what standards he will follow, what is representing as good and acceptable practice, how much checking he will be doing. If I am doing auditing not of the books of accounts, inventory audit, cash audit, receivables audit, whatever, then on what standards I will be doing the audit, what is the good practice, acceptable practice, and how much checking I will be doing, how much sample checking I will be doing. Audit is one form of assurance. Once I will do the audit, I will be giving the report, that is assurance report. An audit is defined as the independent examination. Independent examination of and expression of opinion. And expression opinion. Once you first of all, you will do independent examination and then you will be expressing your opinion on the basis of the examination done by you on the financial statements of an entity by a duly appointed auditor in pursuit of that appointment. Like Pratik was saying, examination of the books of accounts. So if we term audit as that, then it is an independent. The person who will be examining the books of accounts of the company, he should be independent person. Who is an independent person? We will discuss later. And after examination, after getting evidence, he will be expressing his opinion. About what? About the PL account, balance sheet, notes to accounts, cash flow, this, that. The auditor will explain. The important words here are independent and opinion. Independence is essential and underlines the value of the auditing. Because if the person is not independent who is doing the audit, the whole value, the whole purpose of auditing is lost. Opinion really means that one auditor could look at a set of financial statement and disagree with the opinion of another auditor. In a particular situation, your opinion and my opinion may be different. It may be. Judgment is required to giving the opinion. For that reason, auditor is always giving reasonable assurance. They are not giving 100% assurance. Judgment is essential. In all auditing, there are no certainties and there are no certifications of correctness or accuracy. Everything is correct, auditor cannot say, even though he may be doing whatever level of checking. The 5 areas which we were discussing earlier, that is as per the syllabus, there are 5 areas we were discussing. The first one is audit framework and regulation, which I said include assurance, includes corporate governance, include ethics. That is, under this boundary, the auditor will be doing the audit. That is the boundary. Framework means daira. Boundary of law, boundary of governance, boundary of ethics, boundary of rules and regulations. Under that boundary, audit will be conducted. When you start doing auditing, you need to plan. We started the subject, we planned. When you are accepting an assignment for auditing, first of all, you need to plan. What is plan? what is the organization, what is the turnover, what is their business, what is the growth of the business in the market, who are their competitors, who are their custom understanding. Based on that, you will analyze that these are the areas where the loopholes can be possible, where the problems can be possible, identification of risk, and then you will be planning your audit. Once you plan your audit, accept the assignments, now you will be doing checking. Internal control. In every company, the different functions performed by the staff and all that, whether those functions are performed in the right direction, you will be checking the internal control. Internal control is a big area as per number of pages wise, but it is very, very open-ended practical area. If you want to read everything from the books, you will tend to forget every time. लेकिन अगर आपको इंटरनल कंट्रोल एकदम प्रैक्टिकल वे में समझना है, wherever you all are working, think about that. I will be many times giving example internal control in my organization. Whether it's a payroll, whether it's purchase, whether it's sale, whether it's a recording of transactions, internal control is working properly or not. Because if in the organization, whatever they are doing, control is not there, how can we see that their financials, ledgers, their balances are correct? That is wrong. While doing the internal control, I will be gathering my evidence. Evidence means questionnaires, what I asked from somebody, what I checked, getting a schedule and all that evidence. Because if I will be saying something in the report, then I need to have the evidence that I am saying on the basis of this evidence. Auditors should always be objective. Objective means on the basis of proof, on the basis of facts, on the basis of evidences, without biased, unbiased way, the auditor should be giving his opinion. So audit evidence. This internal control and audit evidence is very related. Whatever is the internal control you are checking, relating to that you need to develop the evidence. So दोनों जगह पढ़ेंगे. There are 80% area which are common. You will study inventory, receivable, payable, purchase, sale, cash, assets, non-current, here also, here also. And this is, I will say that, very much related with your accounting also. IFRS also. IFRS 16, non-current assets, property, plant and equipment. IS 38. You will find that whether it is an auditing question or accounting question. समझ में नहीं आएगा बहुत बार. So for that reason I say only related subjects are accounting and auditing. All other subjects are not related. And then reporting. You have done the checking of internal control, gather the evidences. Now you will be reporting. To whom? To the users. In a financial audit, in a financial statement audit, to the users. Users are shareholders, suppliers, customers, financiers, government, income tax, sales tax and all that. All those will be using your audit report to decide about the company, to take decisions about the company, to maintain business relationship with the company. That review and reporting you will be doing. So in review and reporting, there are different types of report, modified, unmodified, preservance and all that. Different audit reports are there. Slightly technical type, but again, if we maintain our practicality, the technicality will become very less. This is, you can see, पहले auditor का काम क्या है? When the auditor will do, what is the framework under which he will be doing the audit? Then he will be planning and risk management before starting the audit. Then he will start the audit, checking, doing internal verification and all that. Then he will be doing, gathering evidences. Then on the basis of evidences and checking, he will be reporting about the financial statements of the company. That is called review and report. That is your syllabus, a story, that what we are going to study. Before going forward, can anybody say what is the difference between audit risk and business risk? What is the difference between audit risk and business risk? Because this is a very general word used in so many questions, and 1,000 times institute has written that a student actually don't able to differentiate between the two words. Can anybody say what is audit risk and what is business risk? Example. With this I am not understanding. No, we can't say like that. Suppose in the coming year 2022, whether the number of students will increase in Saraf Academy or not. Auditor is not checking that. That is my business risk. Auditor is checking that whatever revenue I am reporting in the financial statements, that is correct or not. Auditor will check the audit related risk. Auditor is not concerned whether my business is going good or bad. But if a business is not going to be a going concern, that because of any reason, a business is not going to sustain in the coming years, it is going to wipe off, it is going to liquidate, that is also audit risk. Why? Because the financial statements are prepared with a different way. When the going concern principle is valid, the assets are at historical value. When the going principle is not valid, then the assets are at realizable value. So the audit risk is related with whether the organization will be able to continue. But whether the business of the organization will be able to grow or not, whether the customers are satisfied or not, that is not the job of the auditor. That is the business risk. We need to be very clear, because there are so many questions in internal control and evidences where they are asking in this scenario, mention for audit risk, mention for business risk. Now when the student is not understanding the audit risk and business risk, how they will be able to write any answer for that? They can't. They will not be able to write. पहले चीज को समझना होगा, मेरे सप्लायर मेरे को गुड्स सप्लाई करेंगे कि नहीं, बिजनेस रिस्क है. ऑडिटर को क्या मतलब है कि सप्लायर सप्लाई करेगा कि नहीं? ऑडिटर को मतलब है कि सप्लायर ने जो इनवॉइस दिया वही बुक्स में लिखा गया है कि नहीं. ऑडिटर को मतलब है कि सप्लायर को पेमेंट टाइम पे कर रहे हैं कि नहीं, जो पेमेंट कर रहे हैं वो बुक्स में रिकॉर्ड हुआ कि नहीं. दैट इज द ऑडिट रिस्क. उसको बिजनेस से मतलब नहीं. ऑडिटर इज नॉट देयर एज अ बिजनेस कंसल्टेंट. ऑडिटर इज डूइंग द चेकिंग एंड वेरिफिकेशन ऑफ द बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स. वो आपका बिजनेस को संभालने नहीं आया है. We need to be very clear in practical life also what is the job of the auditor. He is not a consultant. If you are connecting with somebody, a professional person, not as an auditor, as a consultant, he will be consulting for growth of the business. That's other thing. But then he will not be giving an audit report. That is a consultancy report, which is there in ACCA professional level, SBL and other subjects. वहां पर हम लोग को ऐसा मान रहे हैं कि ऑडिटर नहीं, हम लोग एक कंसल्टेंट भी बन सकते हैं. इट्स नॉट दैट वी विल बी डूइंग ओनली ऑडिट वर्क. अ नॉलेजेबल पर्संस कैन डू मेनी वर्क रिलेटिंग टू एनी बिजनेस, बिकॉज इट्स अ बिजनेस क्वालिफिकेशन. बिजनेस को कैसे मैनेज करना है ये हमें आना चाहिए. अभी हम बात कर रहे हैं ऑडिट की. अभी हम बिजनेस रिस्क की बात नहीं कर रहे. फॉर कमिंग 2.5 months, 3 months, वी आर नॉट डिस्कसिंग अबाउट बिजनेस रिस्क. वी आर ओनली डिस्कसिंग अबाउट ऑडिट रिस्क. ओके. Now this is the first topic, assurance. Assurance means when the auditor will be auditing what? Maybe books of accounts, maybe purchase, maybe sale, this, that. Whatever the auditor will work, then the auditor, after completing his audit work, will be giving assurance report. There are two types of assurance. Assurance means what? Suppose after doing 1 month classes, I am giving assurance that Adrija will pass the exam. After conducting 1 month classes, around 15th of January we are there, and I am saying in the class, Adrija is studying very well. The chance of Adrija passing the exam is very high. Can I give 100% surety on 15th January? Adrija will pass the exam? मैं क्या भगवान हूं क्या? आज शाम को क्या होगा मेरे को कैसे पता चलेगा यार? I am not a God. I can give reasonable assurance based on the performance of a student that the student is going to pass the exam. But I cannot give 100% surety. Even अगर कोई स्टूडेंट वो अपने बारे में, खुद के बारे में 100% श्योर नहीं हो सकता, how can I be sure? So when the auditor is giving assurance, they are giving two types of assurance. One is reasonable assurance, one is limited assurance. Reasonable assurance means when the auditor has done the checking of internal control, evidences gathered and everything, the auditor is sufficiently satisfied that he has done the work properly, checked, verified properly, and he is saying about the financials of the company or whatever work has been given to him, he is reasonably sure that this is the fact. Reasonably. Limited assurance. Limited assurance means there are so many IPOs coming in the market. डेली कोई ना कोई, अभी LIC का IPO आने वाला है. IPO से जो पैसा LIC के पास जाएगा, it is a disinvestment because most of the shares the government is having LIC का shares, the government is offloading their shares. That means where the money will be going. If you and me purchase the LIC share, then we are giving money not to LIC, we are giving money to government. Because if I am selling my shares of Reliance to Prateek, then Prateek is giving money to Prakash Saraf, not to Reliance. So in case of LIC IPO, it is major a question of disinvestment. Government want to disinvestment is stake, government wants money. But government वो पैसे का क्या करेगी? और if I want to buy LIC share, मैं क्यों buy करूं? Why I will buy? Why I am interested in buying the shares? तो there must be an auditor who is appointed, and the auditor is appointed to tell to the general public that जो पैसे में आप शेयर खरीदोगे उससे आपको फायदा कैसे होएगा. Projections about the LIC business, because LIC you can say type of monopoly. I will not say monopoly, but the major insurance business in India is controlled by LIC. तो एक प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट बना है, मैंने नहीं पढ़ा है बट बना है, मेरे को पता है कि प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट इज देयर. दैट रिपोर्ट इज प्रिपेयर्ड बाय द बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स ऑफ LIC, बट दैट रिपोर्ट नीड्स टू बी ऑडिटेड. नाउ वो रिपोर्ट क्या है? अबाउट फ्यूचर. What will be the insurance premium of different policies in LIC, how the LIC will grow in future and all that. In LIC, those who are the board of directors and staff, they have made that report. But that report is audited by the auditor. The auditor has given his sign in the below. Who is the auditor? I don't know. लेकिन जो भी auditor है, he is giving his approval that these projections and all that are, I will say, reasonable. But relating to this, the auditor is giving limited assurance, not reasonable assurance. Why? Because if in the report it is written that whatever the sales of the LIC presently as an insurance premium, in the coming 4-5 years, the sales will be 10%, 15% up. The logic is given there. Why the 10% up? That corona, the people are taking more insurance, this, that, and all that. Whatever the logic given, I am accepting. As an auditor, I am accepting all the logic what the directors and all that are saying. So I will be giving an assurance. Yes, I am satisfied. But it cannot be a reasonable, because I cannot check that if the sales is going to be in LIC after 1 year is this much. Can I verify that? That is based on assumptions forecast. Anything which is based on assumptions forecast, for that the auditor cannot give reasonable assurance. When the auditor can verify from the past that this is the sales voucher, this is the customer, this is the money received and all that, then the auditor can give reasonable assurance. For something which is going to be forecasted, which is based on assumptions, presumptions, the auditor cannot give reasonable assurance. The auditor will be giving limited assurance. A reasonable assurance, the wordings of the report, when the auditor is giving reasonable assurance, the wordings of the report will be, the financials of the company provide true and fair view. But in limited assurance, the wordings of the auditor is, whatever verification and checking I have done, I have not come across anything which can say that the things are not correct. I have not come across anything. In case of reasonable assurance, I cannot say. Whatever audit I have done, I have not come across anything which can say that the financials are wrong. This is a wrong report preparation. This is same in India. This is same in US. This is same all over the world. It is not that when I am teaching for ACCE curriculum, that means that is different in assurance meaning, and in US it is assurance. Assurance is assurance. Assurance means reliability. The auditor is giving reliability to the users by giving his report. The report is given by the auditor in two ways: reasonable assurance, limited assurance. Readable assurance, more checking, more verification related with past can be verified. Then we need to give positive assurance. Positive assurance means what? The financials of the company provide true and fair view. But limited assurance report is written in negative way. Negative way means whatever checking and verification we have done, we have not come across anything which is wrong. The checking verification is less detailed, and it is something which cannot be proved because it is based on projections, which is based on estimation. The auditor gives two types of assurance: reasonable assurance, limited assurance. One thing they have explained, this element of an assurance engagement. Element of an assurance engagement, I will say that in every assurance engagement, generally there are three parties. One is the auditor. I am auditing ITC company's financial statement. I am the auditor. One is the person who are responsible for preparing the financials, who are preparing the subject matter, board of directors. And the third party is the users of that audit report, of my assurance report. Shareholders, suppliers, customers, financiers, and everybody. In every assurance engagement, there are three parties. One is the auditor, practitioner, consultant. The second is those who are making the data. And the third, those who will be using the audit report. When the data will be verified, checked by the auditor will be giving the report to the users. The first stage in assurance engagement, there are three parties. We are saying like this. Three parties: practitioner, independent user, and responsible party. In an audit of books of accounts, practitioner is a chartered accountant, independent user are shareholders, customers, financiers, responsible party are directors, because the board of directors are having the responsibility to prepare books of accounts. Subject matter. In a audit of books of accounts, what I am going to audit? I am going to audit the PL account, balance sheet, cash flow, notes to accounts. That is the subject each financial statement. The audit I will be doing based on criteria. Criteria means based on IAS, IFRS, based on rules, regulations, based on international auditing standards. I will be doing audit based on those criterias. For giving my assurance, I need to gather the evidence. I need to gather the evidence by doing internal control, checking verification. I will be developing the evidence. I need to generate sufficient evidence. It's a very, you can say, difficult question in the world, that what can be said as a sufficient evidence. If in a company there is a sale of $1 million, how much sales I should be checking? How much verification I should be doing? It's $1 million question. That is a judgment. The auditor need to decide how much evidences he will be getting. Whether the quantity, the quality of the evidence, that need to be decided. And on the basis of the evidence, he will be making a report. The report will be given. The report will be given to users on whatever the auditor has done. You can say that these 5 things are element of assurance engagement. The first is involvement of parties, 3 parties. The second is there is something which we need to check. There is financial statement, inventory, something. There is something I need to assure, I need to check. That's something I will be checking based on standards, rules, regulations, IFRS, subject criteria. Subject matter I need to check based on suitable criteria. To check them, I need to gather evidence. The evidence should be sufficient, the evidence should be large, the evidence should be appropriate, so that I can give my opinion, I can give my report on the engagement, on the assurance engagement for which I have been appointed. I will be able to give my report. This is very important in exam. Elements of an assurance engagement. Then what I said, the assurance can be of 2 types. The assurance can be of reasonable assurance, or the assurance can be limited assurance. I'm not reading these, we'll be reading them. A reasonable and limited assurance. An auditor gives two types of assurance. The framework permits only two types of assurance engagement. Reasonable, limited. Reasonable assurance. The practitioner, auditor, gather sufficient appropriate evidence. Because it's a reasonable assurance, more detailed checking, more samples, more evidences need to be gathered. There is no definition of more. There is no definition of sufficient. That need to be decided by you as an auditor, your judgment. Does enough work to be able to draw reasonable but not absolute conclusion, because never the auditor can say 100% correct, because auditor is doing sample checking. Whatever may be large samples, but he is doing reasonable checking, he is doing sample checking, not absolute conclusion. Concludes that the subject matter conforms in all material respects with identified suitable criteria. Concludes that the subject matter conforms in all material respects with identified subject suitable criteria. Whatever you are auditing, you need to check what? The subject matter is matching with the criteria. The subject matter is matching with the IFRS, with IAS, with rules, regulations, guidelines. Whatever the criteria is there, to check that, that criteria is getting fulfilled in checking that. And gives a report in the form of positive statements. What is a positive statement? Example is statutory audit. Positive statement means what? The financial statements present fairly in all material respects or show a true and fair view. The financial statement present fairly in all material respects. Not that both, or you can say the financial statements show a true and fair view. Or financial statement present fairly the material respects all the things. Whatever is important, material means what? Important. Whatever is important is properly presented in the financial statements. That the auditor is saying. Limited assurance. Assurance engagement the practitioner. Gather sufficient, here also sufficient, but here the sufficient is less, because it's a limited assurance, not a reasonable assurance. To be satisfied that the subject matter is plausible, gives a report in the form of negative statement. Nothing has come out to attention. Nothing has come out which can be said as wrong. Example of limited assurance are many. Review of financial statements. What do you mean by review? Just now I gave the example of LIC coming 5 years business forecast. That can be said as review. Review of projections. Or it can be said that suppose in an organization, audit is not compulsory, because the limit is not breached. So the audit is not, but still the board of directors are asking a practitioner to review. That is called review engagement. Where audit is compulsory, it is statutory audit. Where audit is not compulsory, it is review engagement. Risk assessment reports. Risk assessment reports that if the company is taking debt, if the company is doing this business, this, that, how the risk of the company is going to be affected. If the company changing their business products or anything. Performance measurement reports. The department, divisions, whole organization, you need to give a performance report so that users can take decision whether they should invest here or whether they should invest somewhere else. System reliability reports. In the company, there is internal control system, there is IT system, there is different system. Whether those systems are performing reliably, whether we can rely on the system. Reports on social and environmental issues, environment audit, social audit, or this audit, all are, this is not exhaustive list. This is just examples of limited assurance. And this is not books of accounts audit. This is not financial audit. This can be non-financial also. Relating to limited assurance, we have discovered nothing wrong with the financial statement. The basis of the forecast is not unreasonable. The basis of the forecast is not unreasonable means we are not saying reasonable. We are saying in a different word, it is not unreasonable. There is no evidence of discrimination in the appointment. Suppose in the company, we are checking that those who are the new employees appointed, is there any discrimination policy followed by the company? Is the company treating their employees differently, different caste or this, that and all. So there is no evidence we find that there is a discrimination. These are all limited. The way you will be writing your report, a practitioner would not express an unmodified conclusion for either type of assurance engagement. What they are saying, very important language. A practitioner would not express an unmodified conclusion. Unmodified is related with reasonable assurance. Unmodified is related with limited assurance both. Unmodified, when you have done your work, whether it's relating to limited assurance, whether it is related with reasonable assurance, when you have done your verification, checking, gathered the evidences and you are reporting. A report can be modified, report can be unmodified. Unmodified means you are actually satisfied with everything. Modified means you have certain issues, certain problems which you want to incorporate in the report. A practitioner would not express an unmodified conclusion for either type of assurance. A practitioner, an auditor, a chartered accountant will not be giving an unmodified opinion for reasonable or limited assurance when there is a limitation on the scope of the practitioner work, that is sufficient appropriate evidence cannot be obtained. आपको जो जो checking करना है, you are not able to do. You are not getting the records, staff are not replying, you are not able to go there, something. When the limitations are there, you can't express an unmodified opinion. Because जब आपने पूरा sufficient checking ही नहीं किया, how can you give an unmodified report? Or the assertion is not fairly stated in all material respects. The assertion is not fairly stated in all material respects, or the subject matter information is materially misstated. That is, the assertion is incorrect. What is assertion? Assertion means, suppose I am checking the purchase area. For purchase of any goods or services in any organization, first of all, we need to see how the supplier has been selected. Is there authorization principle in the company that a person will be authorizing the supplier? Whether the order was placed to the supplier or not, whether the quotations were asked from the supplier or not, how many quotations were asked, how the supplier was selected, when he supplied the goods, when the goods received by delivery by the company, when the payment is made to the supplier. That is one by one I am checking. Pura ka pura I am doing purchase audit. So when I am doing the purchase audit, I am finding that the assertion is not fairly stated in all material respects. That means in some of the transactions I am finding that the entire procedure is not followed, or the subject matter information is materially misstated. That means somewhere the quotations are not there, but still it is written quotations are there. जब आपको already देखने से पता चल गया कुछ घपला है, how can you give you an unmodified report? Whether it is material or not doesn't matter. But when with your evidences, with your checking, you find that there is some issue, how can you give unmodified report? In these two situations, you can't give unmodified report. You can't give reasonable or limited assurance unmodified in these two situations. When you are not able to check fully, totally, and when in your checking you find some faults. Maybe those faults are not material, but you find some faults, then you can't give an unmodified report. You have to modify the report. You have to say what you found or what evidences you have gathered. You find that there is issue. So you need to report those issues in the report. Otherwise, you are not a public servant. Otherwise, you are a bad person. Reasonable and this limited assurance. They have explained here that in any organization, the directors, the board members are accountable, are following stewardship, and are the agents for the shareholders. Accountability. I am accountable in front of the ACCA Institute relating to performance of my students. I cannot say that the result will be 100%, but I am accountable on an average basis. The results should be good in front of the ACCA Institute. I cannot give alibi that student has not done the class. Student has not done the class. Student has not done the homework and all, because it is not possible that everybody is bad. It is not possible also that everybody will be good. but everybody will be bad. It is not possible. I am accountable. Similarly, the directors, they have been appointed by the shareholders to manage the affairs of the company. So the directors are accountable to the shareholders. People in the position of power can be held to account for their actions. Directors are accountable to the shareholders for the decision they make in relation to the company. Directors have taken a decision to do this business, change the business structure, change the product, raise the funds like that, this, that. The directors are accountable to the shareholders for whatever decisions, for whatever they are doing. Stewardship. Stewardship means if I am the director of, say, Reliance Industries, then where the resources, money, land, building, plant, machinery, where the resources should be used, where the resources, how the resources should be used, that is my duty. I should be taking the protection of the resources or control of the resources like they are my assets. They are the shareholders' assets, but I need to control them the way I will be controlling my own personal assets. The responsibility to take good care of resources. Fiduciary relationship. There is a fiduciary relationship. That is, no contract required. Fiduciary relationship. I have a fiduciary relationship with all my students that I should be giving them the entire knowledge, full knowledge, proper knowledge. That is fiduciary relationship. The directors have a fiduciary relationship with the stakeholders. Directors are the stewards of the company. Directors are required to produce financial statements giving an account of their stewardship. Directors are utilizing the resources of the company, funds, capital, plant, machinery and everything. How the directors are utilizing them, whether they are utilizing in the right direction or not, that is the stewardship of the directors. Because if we are the shareholder, we are not doing that. Directors are doing that. And the directors are agent of the shareholders. Every decision in the company, everything is done in the company by the directors. Who has given the right to do that? In every principal and agent, suppose there are my staff in my organization. When the students are communicating with my staff, what they are doing, that is communicated by me. They are my agent. Whatever my staff are doing, you can say Saraf Academy, Prakash Saraf is doing that. That is called principal and agent relationship. When one party, the principal, employs another party, the agent, to perform the task on behalf. Like directors are the agents of the shareholders and they have been appointed by the shareholders to do the business of the company. Company management are required to produce financial statements giving an account of their stewardship of the company at regular intervals. Company management, board of directors are required to produce financial statements. They will produce PL account, balance sheet, giving an account of the stewardship, how they have managed the entire business. But there was a need for some kind of independent validation of that, because maybe directors are not preparing the financials in the right direction. Problems are there, material mistakes are there, something is there. Then that need to be evaluated, validated by the independent practitioner, chartered accountant for the independent audit. This, when the audit will be done, how it is going to benefit? Helps improve quality of information. We can rely. The auditor will check and will improve the quality of the information. Independent scrutiny. Auditor is an independent person. Reduces risk of management bias, fraud, error, because an independent person is checking the books of accounts, financial statement. Enhance credibility. I can rely on the basis of the audited accounts. I am more credible when somebody, independent person, is checking the verification. Deficiencies in internal controls are highlighted. But the limitations, financial statement includes subject, depreciation, provisions or any estimation, life of the asset. How the auditor will challenge the directors? So limitations is because financial statements are prepared based on estimation. Inherent limitations of internal control. Inherent limitations. Suppose in the purchase there is an authorized person, there is an accountant, there is all come together and they are doing ghapla. How the auditor will come to know that they are doing ghapla? In every internal control, limitations are there. Representations from management not reliable. The management representing somebody, giving their notice, giving their write-up, but auditor is not satisfied with the write-up. Evidence is persuasive, not conclusive. Since auditor is doing sample checking, evidences he has gathered samples, That is not 100% checking. Do not test all transactions, only a sample of transactions. For that reason, we should always keep in mind the expectation gap. Expectation gap means auditor test everything. People think that if the books are accounts, not I will say we and you, but normally common man will think that accounts are audited, that means 100% checking. No. Auditor has done partial checking, sample checking. Auditor test everything, never. The expectation gap means general common people think something else, whereas the auditor is doing something else. The auditor tests only small portion sample checking. Auditor detects all fraud. If internal deficiencies are there, internal coalition, 4 persons in the organization doing fraud together, auditor will not be able to find out. Auditor detects all fraud. Auditor can detect fraud and error, but not all frauds. Auditor confirms the company is a going concern. With my checking verification, I found that the company will not be a going concern. But actually the board of directors are not satisfied with me. They are saying we will be going subjective. Auditor confirms, no. Auditor may confirm. Auditor may say that the company is a going concern. Auditor prepares. If I will prepare and I will check, what I will check? The preparation of financial statement by board of directors. Auditor will check the financial statement prepared by the board of directors. Auditor don't prepare. If in an organization you are the person who is preparing, then you cannot be the auditor. In my company, I have had some third person who is preparing my PL account, balance sheet, ledger, journal entries and all that. I have outsourced my accounting part to another third party. They are chartered. So they are doing the preparation of books of accounts. But the auditor is another person. The auditor is another chartered. The same person who is preparing the books of accounts, that person cannot be the auditor because it will be question on objectivity. I cannot say, as I said, I am wrong in anything because I am human being. So for that reason, auditor don't prepare financial statement, they verify the financial statement. This chapter, which is focusing on, I will say, assurance, because with the assurance, slightly they have covered other areas also. But the major portion they focus, what is assurance? Elements of an assurance, 5 elements. First of all, 3 parties, subject matter, suitable criteria, evidence, and then report. Reasonable and limited assurance, positive, reasonable, limited, negative. Accountability, stewardship and agency, and benefits and limitations of audit. They have started with this to give an introduction relating to auditing. That what is the job of the auditor? Giving assurance. That assurance are how many types, how he give the assurance about any, or because normally the audit is mainly concerned with corporates. In the corporates, the directors are accountable, stewards, agents, and what is the benefit of audit in a corporate? Benefit, limitations of audit, that they have covered. In between, I have written some other areas also. You go through with that. Still, it will take around 30 to 40 minutes to complete. Because first of all, some more examples I need to give, some questions we need to solve, then only we will get a clarity. Some questions I will ask all of you, that after reading the topic, understanding it, what are you able to interpret properly or not? So something are left which will be taking around 1 hour. But I don't think so we will be able to complete today. This topic is still left. Along with this, we will be doing other areas also in the next class. But as I instructed, first of all, do the recording of the class. Read this. Since you will be getting time, you can read study text also, the chapter once. And you can solve the questions if time permits, because it will permit for the time being. When I will take 4 or 5 classes, then the time will not be there to read extra. But for the time being, you get the time, you read that, and ready for the next class. In the next class, we will complete this and other areas also relating to framework of auditing. Okay? The classes timing are Tuesday, Friday, 7:30 a.m. Always you will get the link before the day of the class. Tuesday class link on Monday, Friday class link on Thursday. Okay? Thank you to all of you. Take care. Tada. So the timings cannot change. Timing cannot change. No, sorry. No, actually the reason is that every day the classes are there. So if I want to change you, then I need to change all others. प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा यार.
ऐसे भी पूरा लॉकडाउन में बहुत देर तक सोए, अब थोड़ा जल्दी.
हाँ, तो उठने वाला काम गड़बड़ कर ठीक करो यार. नहीं होएगा सर, प्लीज सर, नहीं होएगा एकदम.
बहुत समय हो गया, अब तो सूरज नहीं देखे, अब लगता है देखना पड़ेगा.
अब सूरज उगने के पहले, जैसे आज उठे ना, तो कल भी उठो. एक नॉर्मल हैबिट बना लो कि सुबह पहले मेरे को पढ़ के खत्म कर लेने का है, फिर दिन में जो करना है करो ना यार, कोई बात नहीं है. ठीक है सर.
वो क्या कह रहे हैं सर कि बचपन से लेके अब तक 7:30 वाला टाइमिंग मेरे पीछे छोड़ नहीं रहा है.
नहीं, एक्चुअली क्या है कि हम लोग अगर कोई दिन शाम को क्लास करेंगे ना, और प्रॉब्लम होएगा. तो इसीलिए ये टाइम सबसे बेस्ट है सर. यस, ओके सर. स्टडी हार्ड, और खाली मेरा जो मैं बोला हूं फॉलो करो, आपको टेंशन ही नहीं होएगा, आपको पता ही नहीं चलेगा कब एग्जाम दे लिए हो गया. बिलीव मी. ठीक है. सो थैंक यू टू ऑल ऑफ यू. टेक केयर and all the very best for 2022 with the auditing subject. We will pass with flying colors. Let's hope. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.